Should be good.
Do you know what the worst thing an Italian daughter can say to her mother?
No, what's that?
Mia mama.
Is it
Instead of mama mia.
Oh yeah. It's a reverse.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Dad. Okay, well, welcome to the weekend show again. We're starting another podcast.
Yeah, just call me Slur.
Yeah, this time I got the microphone, so it should be good. Is maybe I don't know. Like, is it okay to shut the window or no? Just 'cause
Sure.
we might catch a backdraft. Do you want to shut it or I'll shut it? Okay. So we got the good sound. Should be okay. Todd was saying that you have a story that you wanted to tell.
You have to remind me about a story.
Okay, so
I was
You're-
born very young.
yeah, you had any other jobs other than cutting down trees?
Yes, I cooked in bush camps.
Yeah.
I was a bouncer.
Yeah, you talked about the bouncer. We talked about
I was a social worker, child care worker,
childcare worker. Yeah, I didn't hear anything about that.
and I also worked in group homes
Oh yeah.
for kids that had 1 foot in jail and 1 foot on a banana peel. If they didn't straighten out,
Yeah.
they're in.
Well, that reminds me of me, except I don't have any leg to stand on.
Ah,
You know? Like, do you ever feel like that? Like, trapped? Or, like, I feel constantly like I'm a turtle on my back.
okay. The way to get away from that is have somebody help you
Mhm.
flip over so you can stand on your 4 feet or 2 feet.
I guess I'm too scared to get out of my shell.
Well, okay. That's good. Most people are. My shell right now are the 4 walls in my apartment
Mhm.
because I'm elderly and I can't walk very far. And it hurts where I used to be able to do a lot of things,
Mhm.
but to get out of that, I invite people to come in and talk to me.
Yeah.
And to do that, you have to get one contact. And from there, you get more.
I have the reverse effect where I have so many friends and, so all this family, but no matter what I do, it's like I started joking really when I was younger, too much. So
Everything
almost
you
like-
say is wrong.
or a joke, to be honest.
Okay. I did that in my family because in any dynamics of a family, there's opposites. And I went to school. I always joked around. But it was because, one, I was bored and 2, I couldn't read. And so, but I was great in track.
Oh yeah.
And so the idea was for me now, and when I got older, 30 years, I learned how to use a skill of the mouth to talk to people.
Well, there's nothing. It's not really a skill. It's just language. And I feel like nowadays no one knows how to talk to each other. Like I'm talking with regular people that pour coffee, and I'm in the wrong for wanting like hot coffee or warm coffee. There's a lot of times when I'm getting it like room temperature, and you're a little bit hotter than the average blood temperature or whatever.
Yeah.
Body temperature. I like hot coffee. And it's like I'm in the wrong when I go to a place like Starbucks or fucking Tim Hortons or McDonald's, and I go, this coffee's not. And it's like, it's my fault and I'm now erratic.
Because, one, if you're sitting in to drink the coffee, the mugs are cold.
Yeah, well, those cups, they're basically just plastic cups or like cardboard.
Okay, they're at room temperature. Now, coffee has to be heated up to a certain degree, and otherwise, when they put it on
the burner or whatever that.
Yeah. It's good and hot when it first comes out because it's drip coffee.
Yeah.
But the longer it sits there, air temperature cools it.
Yeah, but I know that. I know that, Doug. I know that's.
Well, you can tell. You can ask them to
make it fresh.
No, well, or tell them to put it in the nuker.
Well, I just don't like microwaved coffee, though. But I mean, if it's a day old and I'm sitting there, I totally get why it's cold. But if I pay $2, it's now like $2.50 just for a large coffee. Basically.
A coffee is $2.50?
Basically. So when I go there, I'm like, fuck, here's $2 and like $2.45, right? Something like that.
Yeah, whatever. With the tax. Yeah.
Yeah. It shouldn't just be sitting there for 2 to 3 hours waiting for me to pay for it. When they should have dumped that, just start a new one. They're a giant conglomerate.
Doesn't Tim Hortons say every 20 minutes it's fresh?
But they play fast and loose when they expect it to be busy, and they don't want to keep dumping it if it's not busy.
Mm-hmm.
So they let it sit
there. During the Second World War, people used to make coffee cake out of leftover coffee.
Not the grounds, just the coffee?
Just the coffee.
How would they make the coffee cake out of that?
It's liquid.
Yeah.
And I don't have the recipe. My girlfriend has it, and wonderful stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And
your girlfriend, not the coffee. Your girlfriend or your girlfriend?
My girlfriend. She made lousy coffee. I made that.
She made good coffee cake. Is what
yes.
You're saying? Okay.
Leftover.
But that's but I didn't order. But back onto me ordering coffee, right? And this is a giant metaphor for life. I expect a service at bar none when I'm going somewhere. If I don't get service at all, then why am I going there?
Because you're going there and
using my money to get a product And if that product doesn't match the quality of the service,
Okay.
or the service doesn't match the quality of that product,
What's the price of a coffee at Starbucks?
about $4 at least now.
Okay.
That's just probably a venti.
What's the coffee at Tim Hortons
$2.45.
and McDonald's?
I'd say it's about two, probably matching the same because they're both around $2.50.
Okay. No, I believe the story is true. Tim Hortons changed their recipe.
Yeah, I'd say when they did, I prefer Tim Hortons now more than McDonald's. But before,
Well, they
most people-
sold the recipe, their Tim Hortons original
Yeah.
coffee, they sold it to McDonald's.
Yeah. So now it's about the same.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
But isn't all coffee just the beans regardless? So it's where it comes from. If it's grown specifically in Colombia, then it's good coffee. If it's grown in,
how
maybe in
is
Brazil.
how it is roasted,
Yeah. Okay.
and
Fine.
when it's roasting, they can throw different wood flakes or whatever to enhance it. The flavor.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Have you ever cooked?
Yeah, I cook. But I only cook steak, salmon, eggs, and bacon.
Okay. Now,
Occasional chicken.
to make a recipe or to cook something, do you always use the same ingredients?
No, yeah, I use the same ingredients basically every single time. Like,
Okay, a teaspoon of this, a teaspoon of that.
well, no, when I'm baking, if I'm baking like something like, say, baking cookies or I can making my own cake.
Mm-hmm.
I like to mix it up.
Okay, what happens is if you have a recipe you have to follow, like Colonel Sanders or Chicken on the Run or I can't think of any other Molly Brown's? Is Mary Brown?
Mary Brown's, yeah.
Okay.
They have good chicken.
They have a recipe they follow.
Yeah.
But they don't follow it. It's factory made and shipped to them, so they
From the freezer kind of thing, or is it not frozen? Is it frozen?
probably.
Probably, yeah. Oh yeah, what am I talking about? I used to deliver for them, yeah.
Yeah, it's frozen
Frozen, yeah.
and then
Well, they
put
have the
into a deep fryer.
yeah, and then they have their little recipe of this fucking salt or whatever, like the baking powder seasoning that wraps it around it.
Right. And if the grease is a day old, it changes the flavor.
But you can throw chicken on the grill and put anything on it. You could sneeze and it'll probably taste okay if you bake it right. And
As long as there's not snot on it.
Yeah, no. I think if you deep fry it, that's what I'm saying. If you deep fry it, fuck, the heat will fucking get rid of the germs anyway.
No, but if the grease is not clean, and it's been
Sitting
used
there,
used for a week,
yeah.
it's got different flavor.
But if everything is greasy, you're gonna get grease in your chicken, right? If the cooks, and we're specifically still talking about the service, don't give a fuck, then what am I paying for? You know?
What are you paying for?
Yeah.
The name over top of the door you walked in.
Yeah. The franchise. So when, but like I don't know. I guess I care too much about teenagers not getting high and drunk and then coming in hung over and just whipping something up for me.
Okay. Well,
But would you, if you worked back in the day, would you show up high
no.
or drunk? Yeah.
No, because one, I get fired on the spot. Two, I'd probably hurt myself.
Yeah. But I mean, you never have you ever worked an entry level job where it's just you come out right out of high school and it's just something to pay the bills?
Yeah, I worked for, in those days, it was called unemployment insurance.
Yeah.
It's right on Portage,
You mean opportunities?
UIC.
It's called, I think, Opportunities for Employment, OFE.
No, the check that comes out.
I'm sorry, is it? That's not work though, right? You just
No.
went down there to get the check.
No, I worked there.
Okay. And they gave you.
I worked there
Yeah. Oh, okay. You worked as the. Okay.
inside
Yeah.
the building, not handing out checks. And
As a janitor? Or
no, I was a messenger.
Messenger. Oh, okay.
And I sorted the mail, put it into a machine, and there'd be a click, and I'd have to pull out an application for unemployment, and each one was checked out, make sure it was done properly.
I'll take a beer. Awesome.
Sure. I'll get one too.
But yeah, keep going on.
And then at a certain time, I used to have to go from that building to, I believe it was Royal Bank.
Yep. On Maine, like no, not off Maine, but Portage
On
and Maine kind of
Portage?
thing. Yeah, yeah.
And then I had to go over to another building. At the bank, I got negotiable checks. At the other building, I handed those in. And then went back to the main office. And I had to change my route every day
Why was that?
because a check that was handed to me, I went to the Royal Bank. Now, from the Royal Bank, I got negotiable bonds. Anybody could have stolen those from me,
Oh, you're carrying a lot of checks, or is it just one or two?
one or two,
Oh, okay.
and millions,
Million. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
and give it to another place
Yeah.
that is on Carlton that is no longer working, and but I had to change my route.
Yeah, because if somebody were to watch you maybe one day, the next day they maybe plan your route, right? And
Yeah,
you gotta,
and I every place I went to, there was a click stopwatch for me to get the other place. Now that was pretty scary.
Yeah.
At first, I didn't know what I was doing, but after that, I opened the package up and looked.
Yeah.
$750,000 to $1.5 million
Jeez.
of negotiable bonds.
And no one told you how much was like, or what was in there. You just kind of thought it was paperwork or take it. See,
Yeah.
that's kind of that's what a lot of the they used to do that, right? Because not even you would know it.
Excuse me.
They say Americans are genius in a sense because no one knows what they're doing, not even themselves.
Yeah, but I'm Canadian.
I know you're Canadian, but the American way used to be drilled into people's heads because America was successful.
What it is what do you call it?
But now there would be paperwork, right? There would have to be some sort of liability for, because if you specifically wanted to run away, you could have done that at any point, right? So there's now all of
Well,
these
I could
things,
have,
and
but I
especially with
was.
the internet too.
It was a stopwatch,
Yeah.
and if I got beat up or something,
Yeah, or robbed or whatever.
robbed, they would know within. If I wasn't back there in 15 minutes, police were notified. So that was my first job, other than a paper boy.
But that's, yeah, okay, the paper boy was more, like, that is a high-level job, though. Or was it just minimum wage that you did that?
Paper boy, I got paid by the paper.
Yeah, no, not the paper boy, but obviously the check-carrying job.
Yeah, minimum wage.
That was minimum wage?
Yeah, I got $3.65 an hour.
Yeah. But, yeah, so, but that's better than what, it's better than average at the time. That wasn't, because my mom is 63 now? 63. She waited tables for my grandpa at $2.75 an hour?
Well,
and obviously the dollar went a lot farther back then too.
Okay. Now, she did that for your grandfather.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Sorry. Plus tips, so it's probably a little bit better.
Okay. But, yeah, I was a little above minimum wage, but not really.
Okay.
And I didn't realize it. You have to realize that you had to have money to get to work.
Yeah.
You had to have money for the clothes you wore.
Yeah.
You had to have money for your lunch, unless you brought it with you.
Yeah.
So it really worked out to be a heck of a lot less than what kids that work make today.
No, but if you think about today, it counted. But because now you need a phone to get hired, you need basically a vehicle in the city. At 6 months out of the year, it's freezing cold in the bus. Sometimes the buses just don't show up, right? Or they're really late. So you need to be reliable if you're going to work. You need a license and you need insurance for that car, which is about the same as rent, all said and told.
Okay. Now, if you're able to get to a job walking to it, that's great. If you're not, I'm sorry, but when I worked for that, I was able to pay, I think it was 10 cents for a bus.
Oh yeah. Now it's about 3:15.
And so I'd have to get up and walk, you know, a couple of blocks, stand there, freezing cold in the wintertime, and go to work and come back.
But when you had that job, you took pride in that job, right?
I did, yes.
I feel like no one takes pride in their work anymore.
I think the kids today are so used to being able to get welfare, child support,
EI, employment assistance,
employment, and yes,
assistance, rent assist, and
Yeah.
there's a check in the mail for you to sit at home, kind of thing. All 2 years.
Okay, now I'm 68 years old. I'm stuck on a pension,
Yeah.
and if anybody can look up what the welfare, okay, the money is supposed to be.
Yeah. Todd, are you on welfare? No. Disability?
No, okay, no, but poverty level is that, and I'm half of that.
Yeah.
That is proof. You can look it up.
No, I know. I looked at my pension and they did the math when I retire. It would be about 20 grand, but that's in about 30 years.
Yeah.
30 and a half years.
Okay.
37 years.
Well, I know.
And that's in the future, 20 grand a year.
I know. About 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Poverty level was 18,000 a year.
Yeah. That's 10 years ago.
And I get 15.
Yeah.
So, where are the kids gonna go that haven't worked, haven't done anything?
Yeah.
The government also says, I don't know if it's true or not, but if you're born after a certain year, there'll be no old age pension.
Yeah, no, it just is now vanishing. I read about that where it's like they go, nowadays there's so many ways to get money that it's almost like we'll expect you guys to do something in the future that you'll just be able to work till you drop, kind of thing. That is
Okay.
what I think that how it is seeming.
Excuse me, I opened a beer.
Yeah.
I started working at the age of 14 because of my reading ability. And then I took off from that, lied about my age, went to Vietnam, and came back. I got my, I don't know what you call it, GST.
You came back at 17?
Yeah.
Or did they find out that you weren't?
No, I did my 2 years.
Jeez. So they took a 14-year-old kid and
Well, I had fake ID.
but the fake ID. Did you were a bigger boy when you were younger? Like you looked the part at least?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to picture it. Sorry.
Okay. Well, put it this way. At 14 years old, I had broad shoulders.
Okay. Yeah. I was pretty. Yeah. I was a big.
I was stocky,
Stocky. Yeah.
but I had a waist about 16 inches
Yeah.
and big legs.
Yeah.
And I did. I was good at shooting. I ended up being a sniper.
Yeah. Jeez. That's cool.
No, it's not.
No, it's,
One.
It's the safest spot though.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I'm left-handed.
Yeah. Where all the rifles.
Everything is
right-handed.
right-handed.
Yeah.
You know, have you ever heard of a left-handed screwdriver?
Well, not since Ned Flanders in The Simpsons when he opened up that left-handed store, where he tried to design all things specifically for.
Yeah.
But I did not know that there was. Yeah, I thought you would just be able to use, but it's always lefty loosey, righty tighty kind of thing.
Yeah.
So is it feel weird?
And I can't. Because
You'd have to use your left hand.
no, but with the with a rifle,
yeah,
you put it to your
shoulder.
what shoulder?
Well, I would obviously, because I'm right-handed, put it to my right shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now try it. Opposite.
Well, I would.
You put it to your
my
left shoulder.
But in all honesty, my left shoulder is so much weaker than my right shoulder, and it's not
Okay,
because I
what
jack
it
off all the time.
is
No, it's because I have that I drive truck for literally maybe 5-6 years. So my fucking shoulder has this weird. It feels like this is like still a new motion almost. Like just leaving
what
my
kind of truck?
fucking semi-tractors, tractor trailers.
Where'd you go?
Well, I didn't drive across. I drove in the city.
Ah, well, that'll kill your body right away.
Yeah.
I have 750,000 miles
Yeah.
underneath my belt, driving from Victoria, BC, for United Van Lines, all the way across.
Yeah.
I have.
Sorry to cut. I'm gonna cut you off. You said that last time on the podcast. So, were you going anywhere with that? What the heck was I talking? Shouldering the rifle, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to get it so much onto me, but
You put it
must have been
this
tough.
way, right?
Yeah.
Or this way.
Yeah. But wouldn't you be able to, like it's...
No, because if the breech.
So you shot on your right shoulder?
Mhm.
Okay.
And
That's a tough...
and then I'd have to reach over.
Because it's not on the other side, yeah.
You hold it to the side you're dominant with and aim.
Yeah.
It's unless it's lever action, then anybody can do that.
Yeah. But I mean, you were 14 still at the time, so even then, it's got to be a tough thing. Because you're with what supposedly should be all 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
So
I was tough. I barely was into puberty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have much hair.
Yeah, that is that's a ridiculous thing to go through, right?
They asked, and I said, I'm blonde.
Yeah. So you were blonde growing up? I'm trying to picture. Did you have long flowing hair?
I had until they cut it off.
Yeah. Yeah. What, like, if you had to name a rock star? I'm trying to get a vivid image of this. Was there like a rock star with hair, like the long wavy kind of thing, or was it straight down?
No, I had little curls.
Oh, little girls, yeah.
Not little girls, little curls.
No. Hey, even if you did have little girls, hey, you were 14 at the time, anyways.
Oh, I can remember a few.
But yeah, so we don't. I mean, do you want to keep talking about the
Sure.
the sniper? Okay, so again, to clean the gun, right? What kind of process does the military have? Is there like a set? Because I always watch these army movies and I think, oh yeah, this is legit. But can you go like, that movie is fucking garbage. Like maybe Saving Private Ryan. I hear that a lot of people think that that's a really good movie, and even though
Okay, but to clean a gun,
yeah,
a rifle,
yeah,
okay, you have to break it down.
yeah, and is it like follow this way or?
Oh, you
yeah,
follow it that way,
yeah,
or do it your own way
get it clean.
and get it clean, get the barrel clean, get everything clean, put it back together. If it doesn't work, you screwed up.
Yeah. And
I could break mine down in, I wasn't quick, about 2 minutes.
yeah,
That's break it down, clean it, put it back together.
okay.
And sidearms.
Yeah.
The pistol was horrible thing to clean
Yeah.
because it always was always in the way.
Yeah, it's always getting dirty if you're going through the mud and any terrain, so it's catching a lot of fucking dirt. But can you take me back to like, so your first, I still can't believe this. You're 14, you have a fake ID, you go in. What did they said? They had to have said something.
I'm short.
You're too short, kind of, or you're not. You're short, but and that was it, because I think they would. It was draft anyways, right? It was draft
In the States.
in this. Oh, okay. In Canada, it wasn't.
No, I went to
you're-
the States.
You went to the States. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay. There we go. Now,
And I'm
no.
classified as a mercenary
Okay.
because I didn't do the oath of allegiance, American oath of allegiance.
Okay. So you were, but did you come from when you was it Canada?
Yeah.
To go into the States. Okay. All right. Huh.
Yeah. And I had fake ID. And
They said you're short, and you said.
you're tall. No. And
Yeah.
the worst thing I said was, can you shoot?
That's what you said, or they said to you?
I said to him.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah. I said, get me to a range and I'll show you.
Oh, did you have any experience prior to this, or no?
No. Well,
so you're kind of in a bluffing kind of thing, or
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
yeah.
I did take a hunter safety course here.
Yeah.
And
You never been to the range though, or anything like that?
I did, and
Okay.
with 22s, but it's not the same.
22 is pistol, right? You're meaning?
No, long rifle.
Long rifle. Okay, 22 caliber.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did, and they set up the targets, and I said, fine. You go first. And he did 5 shots. Always keep well, 6 shots,
Mhm.
but always one in the breech.
And why is that?
Because you always have an extra in case somebody comes up behind you.
Well, while you're reloading, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
So, and he did his little donut, and I put mine through a hole about the size of a quarter.
You got, that was the first day.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
And were you, and then after you shot that, what was his reaction, and what was your, like, were you kind of dumbfounded that it happened, or were you like, that's what I expected? And
That's what I expected.
And then what was his reaction like? You're a good shot, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I got into the sniper.
Okay. Huh.
I had a good eye.
Yeah. I think if I was in the army, and obviously we're not going to get drafted or anything, but I think I'd be the guy on the turret, spinning around, mowing anything down. I'd probably get sniped out by you.
Yeah.
Because that's what.
No, I'd be sitting up in a tree,
and I'd be
looking
be
at
smiling.
you.
I'd be smiling with my glasses on and my hat tilted to the side.
And one shot between the eyeballs, or
yeah.
no.
Unless the tank got you. That's the thing.
Well,
There's tanks
hey.
coming.
And I'll just say,
And I'm
thank you.
And I'm shooting all the trees, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're supposed to be shooting on the ground.
Well, no, I would be, because I'm very paranoid that I think I don't think birds exist. I think they're all government drones. That level.
Oh, Jesus.
They're not real. Birds aren't real, right?
Oh,
so I'd be
really?
like, there's fucking trees talking to me.
Well, then just think of this.
Yeah.
Thank God elephants don't fly, because
Yeah.
you'd be in deep shit.
Yeah.
No, it's seriously, and
Yeah.
it was not a good place to be.
If you had to masturbate, I read some stories about soldiers having to masturbate in Afghanistan, and I can't believe it.
It is called,
Relieving yourself,
no, it is called,
taking up built-up pension, or built-up tension. Let him finish. Yeah.
mm-mm. Oh, now I can't remember. Thank you very much. Self-mutilation, and it's against their law.
In the army?
Yeah.
That's
And same in jail.
Oh, okay. So, because it's very hard to masturbate on the fly, anyways. If you're just camped out, right? And you high level stress. Are you smoking while you're sitting there as a sniper you're sitting there for hours, right? Hours on.
No, you're not.
You're not? Okay.
You do not wear any underarm deodorant or anything, because the smell will give you away.
But what's the longest you sat on your outpost?
2 days.
So see, you're sitting there for 2 days. Did you shit, piss?
Always.
Yeah. So, but you're sitting there and you're not having a smoke, right? Because you were.
Yeah. Well,
Still,
you
you're
go
still
down
14 to
from your spot.
Yeah.
You go into the bushes.
Mm-hmm.
Bushes. Usually look for running water.
Mm-hmm.
And put it in there. Because
No
if
smell.
you do it on the ground, somebody will smell it.
Yeah.
Now, okay, how about this way? You go into your bathroom, you do your business, somebody comes through and say, "Oh, you stink."
Yeah.
Isn't that the truth?
But
You don't, the skunk doesn't smell himself.
But during, because you're tossing the shit into the river, right? So you're just hovered over the river, kind of like
Or you
squat over the river, or you go a little bit into it. plunk
you
it down.
go, you take your pants off or whatever, and do your business. Clean yourself up, and there's no smell.
Wouldn't there if you're in your outpost, wouldn't like you're up on the tower then?
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't you just shit and piss right in your own thing, and then fling it into the?
No.
Is it a long walk? I'm trying to imagine.
Okay.
You shouldn't piss into a bag. Toss it over. Like maybe the
Okay.
MREs that you.
They
get.
can find that.
Okay, but wouldn't they find the shit though? That's the thing. You're shitting.
Not if you're in the river.
But you're in the river, shitting. You gotta have the shouldered rifle, right? Or did you leave the gun on post?
Oh no, I had it
You had
with
all your
me
things
all the time.
in the water. You're in the water, shitting.
No.
You're hovered over the water.
Basically.
That is the most vulnerable position, though.
Oh yeah.
Like
When you got a 45 caliber,
but your pants are down.
are they?
Shitting. You're shitting. You're shitting with. I'm just. Sorry.
Okay,
to ask
you
all these
sit
questions.
on a toilet.
I sit on the toilet with my pants, like, at least to my knees, right?
Okay,
I'm sitting.
and
The
you do that.
Mhm.
You make sure your door is shut.
yeah.
Okay. When I was out there, you got ears.
Yeah.
And smell.
Okay.
So when I went in there, when I had to go in there,
Mhm.
I'm listening as I'm doing my business.
And you have to be a quiet shitter, right? Like it has to be like. there's
Well,
no,
like,
go
no,
on.
if you get your ass in the water or stand up in the water,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any difference.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, then. I was imagining for some reason a really tiny river, but the shit obviously it's a deep enough river to get you.
Well,
Yeah.
it could be a little stream.
Yeah.
So you lie back and do your business.
And but,
You wipe your ass.
but I'm imagining it's Vietnam, right? You're in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you just be able to take some in the post? Oh yeah, I guess because it would be finable. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, I'm nitpicking.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
How about
Sorry.
this?
I'm just trying to
Have you
think about
ever
it. I'm also questioning.
walked down a back alley and you really got to take a piss?
Yeah, go behind the dumpster.
Do you look both ways
Oh yeah, I'm like
and
hope no one's
listening?
coming. Yeah.
Well,
Same exact. Same method. Same method.
yeah,
Where it's like
you
your
can hear
eyes-
everything
Yeah.
because you're attuned to your environment.
There's something that instincts have to play because you're at your most vulnerableest while you're pissing or shitting, right? Your dick is out or your ass is out.
Oh
You're
no, the most vulnerable thing is
Sleeping.
no.
Oh.
Yeah, when you're making love to
Yeah.
somebody.
You know
No.
what? Yeah. You never know when she. One wrong move and your dick's bent, huh?
Okay, no, but another thing is,
Yeah.
you know your environment
Mhm.
because you've been there.
Oh,
Wow.
You said that you're there 2 days. That was the longest. So yeah, I could imagine.
No,
You get
but
to-
you go into a place
Mhm.
and you listen to the birds, and they'll let you know if something's, once you're there, they, once you come in there, they're quiet.
Mm-hmm. Did you see any like nice tropical birds while you were there?
I was too busy shitting and pissing.
Yeah.
No.
No animals at all?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything that freaks you out?
There are some snakes,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Like, how big were they?
well, some can be as long as your finger.
Hmm?
Some could be as long as Todd's body, 6
Yeah.
foot.
Jeez.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Some can be, and when you go there, you sort of become part of the environment.
Yeah.
So there's no problem. When I grew up in Central America, there were 2 snakes, the Bushmaster and the Fer-de-Lance.
Yeah.
I don't know if they got anti-venom for them, but both of those were stay away. And little coral snakes,
Mm-hmm.
red, yellow.
The red, yellow, black, little black dots.
Mm-hmm.
That one, yeah, yeah.
Okay, if it's the right position, there's red on black, stay back. Red on yellow, good fellow.
Okay.
I think that's right.
Okay.
And those can really hurt you.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I did a study on snakes when I was way back in the day and doing something.
Way back in the day,
Yeah.
Junior.
Hey, I'm 20. I'm 28. I got 1 foot in the grave already.
Oh,
Yeah. But
how many feet do I have in there?
No, you still got your legs.
Yeah, they're purple because of gout.
Goat, huh?
Yeah.
But okay, well, how many times do you drink a day? On average.
How many times?
Yeah, like a beer a day, or more than 1 beer a day.
Normally about 8.
8. Huh? That's where goat. Yeah, that's where you get gout, though.
No.
No.
Do you know what gout is?
It's fucking low blood pressure in your feet, right?
No.
No, well, it's fucking. I don't. But I know
Ketoacidosis,
ketoacidosis.
which is associated with diabetes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
keto acid.
But the beers and red meats don't help. That's one of the things. It's
No, it used to be pork.
pork. Okay, but I'm pretty sure it's now just red meat. That's what the studies are.
Yeah. Okay, you used to get cancer from cheeseburgers.
Yeah, yeah. Now it's cigarettes.
No, okay, this is hearsay.
Yeah.
Okay, cheeseburgers.
Mhm.
How can you get cancer from something that's cooked?
I would assume that if someone had 2 jobs and they worked at the lead factory, they came to their thing and their health was. They only started teaching people to wash their hands back in the pandemic at 2020. That's when it all started.
No.
People didn't know how to wash. No.
No.
People didn't know how to wash their hands 2 years ago.
No, I'm sorry.
they had commercial. Did you see those commercials?
1980.
Yeah.
You couldn't walk in to a restaurant,
Yeah.
go to the bathroom, come back out without washing them.
Yeah. But
Oh, okay. And
there was also two different bathrooms, one for colors and one for whites, right? In the 80s?
oh, no.
No? Okay. Maybe I'm just before my time. I didn't know that.
Okay. That was in the 60s.
Okay.
In the States.
In the States, and we're trailing off of what we were originally talking about, but I want to ask, the Underground Railroad, that's 1910, right? 1912?
No, that was
1812.
Okay, I'm trying to think of Civil War, the Lincoln.
Lincoln, yeah.
Okay, the Underground Railroad was slaves coming from the south up to Canada.
Yeah.
And that was during the War of 1812.
Okay, the Civil War. So I was way off by 100.
No,
But I'm trying to think now. Who do you think built that railroad?
good people. A lot were religious people
Yeah.
who didn't believe in slavery.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of plantation owners that protected their slaves for the Emancipation Proclamation after the war, and they were killed because they aided the slaves up through. Did you know Canada had slaves?
Yeah. I would imagine that it's what's the time? And there's this Dave Chappelle, you know Dave Chappelle, the comedian?
No.
He's a colored fella.
Yeah.
He has this good joke, and it goes something like this. I don't even know the joke. I just know the history behind it.
Okay.
But he said that the first black millionaire, or just the first black guy that came into real power and money, the first thing he did and how he did it actually was through slaves. So, because that's all he knew. He knew just selling his own people. So his whole life was selling slaves, but he himself was black. So it's all he knew as a business man. That was the only thing to do at the time, was to get slaves. And like almost as if it was cattle.
Yeah. Okay. I sort of believe that, but okay.
Well, the guy is real, but
Yeah. Okay.
Depending on how his own mind was going through it, we'll never know. But there's also this thing in the black community that it's the crabs in the bucket times 100, where it's like no black man wants to see another. They would rather see a white man in charge, no matter how capable that same black man is. They would, and a lot of the time, these guys like Martin Luther King, guys that nowadays are
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X, they get gunned down.
Yeah.
Over and over again. The greatest of black history is being in our face, turned into history like that, because we all, it's almost like the community only knows how to deal with the power and fame and wealth as being a martyr. It's like, I would rather die young and get old. So or I would rather see that man right here is where he needs to stop.
Okay.
And his life's ended.
I'll stop that.
Yeah.
In 1970, you can go to Halifax with a camera, color film.
And you're saying the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
In Halifax, yeah.
Okay. And take a picture of the main street while everybody's moved around. It'll turn out black and white.
Mm-hmm.
That's how many people of the black and the white were.
But Halifax is nice meeting ground. You know why? Because there's nothing but rivers, and it's right next to large bodies of water. And most human beings feel most comfortable when they're by or near water. If I went today for a walk down to the Assiniboine River, instantly calm, it's like a form of meditation, where I'm right next to her, and I took my vape and I was having a puff, smoking.
Okay.
And it was the calmest feeling I've felt in a long time.
Didn't I ask you to do that a few days ago?
Did you? Maybe. Just go out for a walk, or did you say go down by a river?
Down by a river.
Yeah.
And just sit there and listen. Okay, but in summertime when the birds are chirping.
Well, the funny thing is, when I went out today, the pigeons were following me.
Oh, of course, they want food.
Yeah, and I've been giving them bread on my windowsill.
Okay, but if you go down there in the summertime, when other than pigeons, you'll hear the chirp.
Yeah. I hear a lot of pecking too, like.
Those are woodpeckers.
Yeah, but they're still birds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but
that's my favorite kind of bird too, because it makes such a
rat-a-tat-tat.
Yeah, it makes such a racket, and it's annoying, and I know that it has to annoy virtually every other bird, right? No, it's, I guess, music to their ears, or is it?
No.
A form of digging?
Do you know why they're doing that?
It's a form to get the sap.
No.
No, for nesting.
No.
Why do they do that?
The woodpecker do that to get the grubs out of the trees.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, we'll rewind back to the snakes now. Back to those snakes in Vietnam, right? Were those snakes at any point close to biting you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Always.
Always. Did you ever get bit by one?
No.
No.
Because I walk softly, carrying a big stick.
Yeah.
No, I made my noise. They'd move out of the way.
Okay.
You know, you rustle your feet.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And this is my space.
Yeah.
And
snakes have that. It's a good warning, like they hiss, which is fairly loud, right, when they're about to attack. Like that.
No,
hiss.
some of them don't. No.
Yeah, that's.
No, but you got to remember, I had boots on.
Mm-hmm.
And most snakes strike from about 4 inches off the ground.
Yeah. Because it's the Achilles or your shin, which is.
No, just No, Achilles. No, they just because that's most snakes are after rodents
Mhm.
or other snakes and things like that.
Yeah.
A cobra rears up.
Yep.
And it's a warning sign. It's got the hood.
Yeah. When it raises up, it's about
It-
to attack.
No, it raises up saying, I'm bigger than you are.
Yeah.
So you back off and it's okay.
Yeah.
It goes down. And slithers off.
Was
Lot
there any,
of-
what, did you ever see? So you've seen a 6 foot cobra.
I saw an 8-foot king cobra.
Jeez, what was that like?
Well, he came up almost to my chest.
Jeez.
Because about a third of the body
Yeah.
raises up
Yeah. And then the rest is yeah.
there. And
Was
all
it?
you do is, sorry,
Yeah.
back up. That's all you can do.
Yeah. But
If it's gonna come at you,
you gotta shoot it, right?
no.
No. You slit its throat.
Yeah. Well, out comes the knife and
Yeah. That is insane. Anything other than snakes, or is it just snakes? And was there because
there's spiders and
spiders?
centipedes,
Yeah.
millipedes.
Was there any mosquitoes or anything like that? Like insects that fucking
Oh
bothersome?
Jesus!
Like over and over and
there's
over
there's mosquitoes.
because of the rain. It's like torrential rain, right? And
No, not all the time, but no seams.
yeah,
Just like in Manitoba.
yeah,
Would you kill?
bed bug.
What?
Yeah, just killed a little bug.
Time to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Again.
No, this place is bad. There's so because of the neighbors and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You get them all the time.
God.
Keep going on.
Yeah. No, everything in any place you go can kill you. Whether it's stepping in a pond that's got quicksand.
The funny thing is Vietnam. Yeah, it's it's like Australia when it comes to wildlife.
No, Australia is dry.
Yeah. But it's wet in Vietnam. And like, I got a buddy from Vietnam, and he told me it's fucking. There's a lot of fucking what is it? Biology. It's enriched with so much insects, wildlife, snake. So obviously snakes and
Yeah.
reptiles, whatever. But was there anything other than like the giant 8-foot cobra is that's a fucking scary feeling when you see something like that up close.
Yeah, it's.
How close was it? Was it 4 feet
Oh,
away? 50?
it was right in my face, about 3-4 feet away,
Jeez.
and its body.
What color was it?
I just saw its eyes.
Green. Yeah.
Nah,
Were the eyes green or like
I-
I never
I,
seen a cobra before.
no, I can't. How about this? When the body is the size of your leg,
Mhm.
it's fucking big snake.
Yeah.
And the only thing that will take it out bigger than that is a python.
Mhm.
But
And-
pythons are not poisonous.
And pythons pythons are like, well, actually, I
Anaconda.
anaconda, right?
Yeah,
Are
boa.
they naturally? They're not naturally unless
Aggressive?
unless they're hungry.
Yeah.
They'll swallow a whole animal though. They won't like while it's still living, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. They squeeze it.
But they don't bite quick to nullify it. They'll just fucking swallow you whole, right?
No, they grip onto you.
Oh yeah, okay, sorry, yeah. I'm stupid. I totally forgot that they
No,
they
don't
were-
say.
I know, but I have ignorance in the sense that I
They-
totally forgot that
they
they
latch
that's
onto
the-
you,
yeah.
and then they wrap the coils around you and suffocate you,
Yeah.
and they swallow you head first.
Mm-hmm. Do you think if you punched a cobra in the fucking jaw, right, or maybe in the, because there has to be a weak spot in its fucking little head, you just give him one solid punch?
No.
No, you know what I mean? Like, or you start choke. He's wrapped around you right now. You're wrapped.
He's a
You're wrapped.
cobra.
He's got maybe your leg, right? The cobra wraps, or is it the python?
Python.
Python.
wraps.
Python wraps
But,
around your leg, and now you grab its little head, and you just, or not little, but it's giant. But it's only got your leg. Your leg's already.
No, it's
and you just
bitten.
Yeah. It's bitten you already.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how they grab.
Okay, so it's bit, and then it starts coiling around.
Mm-hmm.
You're,
To kill you.
but it's not poisonous. Is
No.
it numb?
And you cannot pull away because the fangs or the teeth point backwards into the throat.
But you got your rifle, right? So you can gun butt it, right? You got the military training. It's fucked up your leg though. Did it ever? Did you ever see someone get got by one of the giant snakes?
No.
No stories.
No.
Okay. Well, that's good. I guess there's the snakes weren't aggressive.
Well, if you bother them,
Yeah.
they are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you don't make noise. This, they say it's my territory.
Yeah.
No. You don't, how do I say it? You don't bother the environment that you're in.
Yeah.
You
Snakes
walk.
they are the "Don't tread on me." That's
Yeah.
like a T-shirt.
Hmm?
It's like a saying. It's on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
It's like "Don't tread on me." If it's a
Yeah.
saying or
And
popular
just
song.
like, you ever saw the Forrest Gump?
yeah.
Okay. When he got splashed with mud?
Yep.
He wiped his face on a guy's t-shirt and said, "Shit happens."
Yeah.
Okay, so if you know how to move,
Yeah.
all the critters, whatever, move away.
Yeah.
Okay,
But I gotta go back. I gotta go way back into
I didn't do it.
do what?
I don't know.
Okay. I gotta go back into the micro as biology.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Microbes and most animal life forms was the mitochondria, right? The cells.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look on microscopes, the cells move much like biological animals. So until you interact with each little DNA cell or whatever, the little cells coexist with each other.
Mm-hmm.
They won't latch on. There'll be no problem. They tend to flow around each other, much like wildlife and animals.
That's right.
Mhm.
You make enough noise,
Yeah.
leave you alone.
Or attracted to them because you're making so much. You're making too much noise, and they
no.
Okay, so would you? I would assume that maybe someone in any kind of war at one point seen an animal, and if they just shot their guns off, would it
You'd
run away?
be one. If you shot your gun off, you've got 40 other people looking for you.
No, that's true. Yeah, I guess I forgot that you're still in the war.
Okay. If you walk quietly, everybody has their own smell without the perfume you put on. I'll call it perfume or cologne.
It's your musk, right?
Yeah. You know, you can wash your ass. And balls or whatever.
Armpits and back of the ears, belly button, and it's still.
And an hour later, you can put your hand down into your crotch and smell, and you've got your musk.
Yeah.
You cannot avoid that.
Yeah. What do you? And this is a really off-topic question, so we'll side note what you're talking about. But yeah, I'll need another one too. What do you think about aluminum deodorants versus the regular deodorants? Because the aluminum is like the antiperspirant. Do you tend to use regular deodorant or the antiperspirant? Because I just got off the antiperspirant and I feel like
What is...
it's like the white powder chalk kind of thing. That's the
What, the
aluminum.
spray on?
Most of the time, like deodorant, like the sticks. There's the roll-ons, which is normal. Like there's like the fragrance free. And then there's the ones with aluminum, which are the
Okay, I haven't looked. How about this?
Yeah.
I'll tell you a story. This lady came in to her husband and said, I got you your deodorant. And he looks at it. He says, I didn't want the bald type. Okay?
Yeah.
So she says, oh honey. Goes back to where she got it. Hands it to the pharmacist. She says, he wants underarm deodorant, not bald type.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're Mitchum's, and it plugs up your pores.
Yeah. There's the type that plugs up your pores, and then there's just the roll-on.
Yeah, I use the white powder, and or whatever.
Yeah.
Baby powder?
No, not be. Hey.
It's odd.
I'm
Quiet.
sorry. I don't want babies at all.
What do you got for?
I got 4.
That's pores enough, eh?
No, I mean, hey, you know, what it is deodorant. There is deodorant, and there's deodorant. I'd have to get it. Antiperspirant.
Yeah, that's what I was
Thank
talking
you.
about. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, but whatever it does doesn't stop me from sweating.
Yeah. No, it's like fucking
Baby powder.
Yeah, like lotion though, it'll dry you up. It dries up your skin. The longer I use that antiperspirant, the worse I get chapped lipped. I got a fucking lotion in my hands. Since I've been using roll-on, I lotion once a day, because I got tattoos. I'll lotion up my tattoos. And my hands, he said the other day my hands are clammy. That's just the regular, oils and shit coming back into my own hands. And
Feel my hand.
dry, though. It's dry. Because you've been using...
No.
No? Okay.
No.
But your hand's very dry.
The reason...
Yeah.
Come on. Hold my hand.
Yeah.
The reason is, one, you're sweating.
Oh, yeah, I got a jacket on. I know, I have a jacket on.
And
Yeah.
the only time I really sweat hard
Yeah.
if I walk into an air-conditioned place.
But if you always use antiperspirants, you can go a whole day without sweating, right?
No.
No? Okay. Well, okay. I guess also because you were telling me again, and this was, I think, before we started the podcast, just to clarify, that you run at about 1 to 2 degrees hotter than the average human being.
98.6, and I usually run.
How is that? Sorry, you were saying you're in track too. So how was running like a hotter temperature? How was running? Like you would have to obviously be sweating while running.
Okay, I was never good in track
Never good, yeah.
because
You would overheat.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I was a high jumper,
Mhm.
and everybody had to do the stairs. You know what stairs are?
Yeah.
Running up and down
Yeah.
the stairs. And everybody's sitting there lifting weights. I'd go over and pick up the weight they were lifting.
Yeah.
And go, what is this? And I'd curl it.
Yeah.
Because I would work out by myself.
Yeah. But this was in high school? Or obviously...
Junior high.
Junior high. Okay. So it had to have been before the draft, right?
There was no draft in Canada.
But before you went into the States to get drafted.
No, I went in and
Volunteered?
applied. Yeah, volunteered.
Okay.
I got turned down by the Canadian Armed Forces because I'd got a heart murmur.
Oh, okay. Oh. Man, Dad, you're Stephen Hawking?
No.
The wheel boy. The fucking guy in the wheelchair that invented he's looked at as one of the smartest men in history. Stephen Hawking, right? He was pretty much confined to a chair because he had, I think, Lou Gehrig's disease, something like that. He has one of those life-crippling diseases where he could only pretty much get his fingers moving. Everything else was paralyzed. But he...
Like the bubble guy?
Yeah, no, but he is the chair guy. So he had the chair voice that is used for Microsoft Word, the Microsoft robot voice. Because,
okay.
But he is the guy that he came up with this not relative theory. Sorry, fuck. Stephen Hawking had he did something smart.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
how about?
Sorry. I think with he used his brain so well it's like nature itself put a limiter on that person, because he was confined to a chair, and he, after getting over the heartache of not being able to even hug his kids,
Get around, move around, yeah.
everything, he said, well, I'm dedicating my life to writing papers and studying and making books about it forced him to be a thinker tenfold, because he had absolutely no distractions to worry about his body.
Okay. My dad said to me as a young lad,
Yeah.
I could sell ice cream to the devil
Yeah.
because my mind thinks alternate ways.
Yeah. Well, your mind, you're ambidextrous. So you have both sides active while
Yeah,
average
and
person
gives you a headache.
the average person is right-handed, which would be the left side of their brain, and they're artistic. So about 70% of the people in all aspects of the world are thinking with an artistic side of their brain. So their head is literally up in the clouds, because if they don't have the logistic side of the right
No, if you're right hand,
side of the brain,
it's the left side. If you're left-handed,
And
it's the right side.
and they're right-handed, but the left side of the brain is in a dream state. So until they activate with the left hand and start using the left side of their body, logistically, most people just think things are gonna work out. That is what the problem with the world is,
Okay.
in my philosophy.
How about this?
Yeah.
If you want to do something, I read this. If you want to do something, do it yourself. But
Yeah.
there's another way to go about that.
Yeah.
Talk to somebody that can help you and get around the bullshit.
No, I think everyone needs to learn for themselves. I'm from the school of thought that
Okay.
you can easily access the right side of your brain, much like you have been forced to, because you're ambidextrous. You have no choice but to use both sides of your brain. And it's simple steps like breathing through. Most people's nose are stuffed. Is your nose stuffed on one
No,
side?
I blow it every day.
Exactly. So if you're breathing out of one nostril, that air intake revitalizes the blood flow into putting it into. Some people's left sides of their brain are a lot thicker, and I think mine is when I look in the mirror, because it's on one side of my head is thicker than the other, because I'm right-handed.
Oh.
So I'm using that side, but I'm also a musician, so I also create head in the cloud metaphors and shit.
Can you use your hand, the other hand,
My left hand?
to what do you play?
Well, I don't do it's vocals. I'm a poet.
Okay.
But whenever I jack off, and this is specifically just jerking off with my left hand, I feel the right side of my brain activated.
No, you're making a right hand choice.
Okay.
No, it's a whole balancing act in
How
human
about
beings.
how about this?
Yeah. If you don't got it, you lose it, right? And if most people aren't using this hand in general, then we're kind of failing as a society.
Okay.
That's as simply put as possible from
Okay.
my
Okay.
whole.
Enough the jerking off.
Yeah.
How about this? If you use your left hand, put your right hand in your pocket.
Wait, what? If I use my left hand, put my right hand in the pocket,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like that?
don't use the right hand at all.
Well, I've done that.
No,
I played,
no,
I
no,
played
no.
basketball, and I do attempt to shoot with my left hand, and it's a hard task.
Okay. Now, I use left hand
Yeah.
or the right hand.
Yeah.
But the one thing you have to learn if you want to be ambidextrous or right thinking brain is put the right hand in your pocket.
Go about your day with the left
Just
hand.
the left hand.
Yeah. And but the thing is, I've
It-
done that. in
No,
school.
you haven't.
Yes, I have in school.
A
'cause
whole no,
not the whole day. I probably cheated at some point.
no,
When I
of
went
course.
to go, but I remember doing that experiment, that thought experiment. Like, I would, and it's not in school. Like, this was a part of the class. Like, 30 minutes, let's do it. I mean, I would show up to school with no unprovoked, unsupervised, just normal, just try my hardest to write with my left hand. And I did it for about a week. And I obviously, at certain times, I'm holding my dick with my right hand or something on reflex.
Okay.
But I was writing with my left hand. And throughout that week, I did feel a lot more in tune with the courses as well. But my messy handwriting. I've looked like it was
No,
third
of
grader.
course.
Yeah.
You were talking earlier about masturbating.
Yeah, no, the master, it's the easiest thing.
Okay, no.
I
I'm gonna ask you.
Mm.
Does your penis turn right or left?
straight like an arrow.
Bullshit.
Well, it has through use. It has a straight up. No, it's straight up, but it has. Describing
You
my
don't want to see it. Don't want to hear about it.
It is straight though. My dick is straight, maybe a little dip in like this, but it's straight.
Okay, because that's your right hand.
Yeah. But I've been.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not going.
but-
I'm not going this way.
Okay,
I go,
but you understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
Yeah.
So if you want to walk down the street,
Mhm.
what side of the street do you walk on?
Well, I usually, if I'm on the street, I walk where the traffic is back to me. With the traffic coming so that they could see me and I'm back to the traffic. On the right side. In England, I would be walking on the left side. Right? 'Cause they
Okay,
drive on the
no,
other side.
what I'm saying is you're walking down the
Sidewalk?
sidewalk.
Yeah.
You.
I take the middle. If there's nobody. If there's people,
Okay.
I'm off to the right.
Okay. That is trained.
But it's also the way traffic is. We're all generally, the average person you can predict is going to be on the right side, walking towards you.
That
Because most
is
people-
because
70%.
it's right-handed.
Because if the majority of people, okay, like, you ever seen the movie Idiocracy? Todd, you have, right? Idiocracy?
No,
You
I
have-
haven't.
You have all the movies, Todd. Okay,
Okay.
so Idiocracy is a guy waking up in the future, kind of, the cartoon Futurama? You know the cartoon Futurama.
Yeah.
Guy wakes up in the future, but the only twist is everybody's gotten ridiculously dumber in 1,000 years or so.
Yeah.
So
of
the
course,
average IQ
that's what's going to happen
Yeah.
because they're using computer.
is about 100 or whatever. And there's a guy that was about 120. And 120 is like a fairly average score now. But he was an average guy waking up into the future. And if everybody was so stupid that, I guess predicting the outcome of another person where they're going to walk would be a feat in and of itself. Right? But that's common sense, and common sense isn't that all that common anymore. So I guess we are, and the producer or the fucking writer and the director of the movie Idiocracy said we are kind of living in that state if it goes unchecked nowadays.
You mean Back to the Future?
Do you know
Not
why?
Back to the Future. It's
No.
fucking Idiocracy. It's the movie
Okay.
that I'm talking about.
Do you know why?
Yeah. Sorry, Todd, but
Men walk on the outside
towards the street.
towards the street. The women.
Yeah, my mom said it's because if the car comes by and splashes or anything, it's like a protection thing.
No.
Okay.
In merry old England.
Yeah. It's a polite thing to do.
Hmm?
Is it the polite thing to do?
Well, you protect
Mm-hmm.
the woman.
Yeah.
But there's another thing. In those days, they didn't have toilets.
Yeah. And,
Okay.
it would just
So
the shit kind of would be on the.
they dump it out and it land on the guy instead of the woman.
So it'd be next to the buildings, right?
They'd be next to the building and she's safe from the shit.
Yeah. So the guy would have to watch either side of the woman too, because what if a car comes and splashes?
There ain't no cars at that time.
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry.
Duh.
This is plumbing. Yeah, there's no plumbing. There was. Did you know that the first two cars that were ever invented and used by the wealthy guys got into a crash with each other?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who's that?
I don't know, some fucking jerks.
Okay.
Like, the guys that had the money to get the means to buy those two guys probably hated each other, two rich dicks, and they both crashed into each other on the only road that was ever built, the first road.
Is
at the time.
that why you've got insurance?
Well, I would assume that probably didn't start till a lot more people got a lot more cars.
Okay.
Yeah.
The income tax came. Is it World War One? No, World War 2 And they had to make money. So anybody, whatever, World 1 or 2, they had to make money.
Yeah. To supply to everything.
Yeah.
Fund the war, right?
Yeah.
It's
Fund the
expensive.
war.
Yep.
And it was supposed to be, as my little girl said, supposed to be over after the war. It has never been rescinded.
Oh yeah, no, because the income tax is the largest, other than cigarettes and lottery and fucking drinking tax. It's the largest income for the government. The income tax.
Hold
and
on.
well, I don't know. Mortgages are getting up there, though. I think.
No,
The
no.
property
Mortgages,
tax, property tax.
that's a city. What it is the taxes
Yeah.
were set up to pay for the war.
In a depression era too.
No.
Well, once the war started, wasn't there a depression? Because women had to work, right? That's when the...
Are you talking American?
I'm talking about the First World War. Are we talking about the Second World War?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was no... In the First World War, there was no taxes. Or America left because of the taxes. In the First World War, or the Second...
America
Yeah.
is, I'll say it, a piece of shit. They haven't paid their UN duties in almost 25 years.
Well, they can't read at all.
Huh?
They can't read at all. They can't read. Like, read. The average student in America reads at a third grade level, much like Trump. So, they don't know what numbers are on a paper. That's just
but don't the
that's just what it is.
Americans,
Yeah.
the government, if you want to get a true democracy,
Mhm.
you have to have more than two parties,
Yeah.
and they've only got two parties.
Well, they do have, it's just
No,
two parties and
okay.
the losers of the independence kind of thing.
There's Republicans and the
Democrats.
Democrats.
And then
Now
there's
in Canada,
libertarians there's a libertarian movement, but it's
No.
it's laughed at. Yeah, I get it.
how many do we have in Canada?
We have conservatives, liberals, the NDP. What is there's the Green Party? Is the Green Party and NDP is different than
No, it
Green
doesn't.
Party.
I'm just saying there's
there's another-
about a handful.
Yeah, there's
Oh, there was.
But in Canada, it comes down to have you ever seen the Green Party? Have you ever seen anyone other than the Liberals and the Conservatives win?
Yes.
Yeah, there was a NDP or
NDP, that's three parties: Liberals, Conservative, NDP, and Parti de Québécois, which is
but they were separatists.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
and it didn't work out for them. I don't think. Or did it work
well,
out for them?
no.
During when they were separated.
They want to be separate. The Canadian government said, "Good, separate."
Mhm.
And you get no financial help.
Yep.
You get nothing.
Yeah.
St. Lawrence Seaway is
No
part of.
trucks in and out, like they say import exports.
That's
There's no
right.
seed, there's nothing. Yeah, they said
It was a siege.
yeah, it was much like Brexit. You know what that went on in fucking England,
Mm-hmm.
the UK. They tried to exit out of fucking the whole UK, right?
Yeah.
That it was. It's a sad thing when it happens because maybe the people there didn't want that to happen, but
No.
did it work out? I don't know because Quebec is a very. I mean, the weird George was telling me that for Groundhog Day this month, Groundhog Day is the 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
Their fucking groundhog died because they didn't even check the little guy, the little bugger. It froze to death. That's
Yeah. Okay, but the thing is that if you want to separate from Canada,
yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah.
It'd be like Manitoba trying to separate from Canada.
Yeah.
Nobody in from the States.
Nobody from up north. Nobody from east
How
coast.
are
West
you
coast.
going to get your food supplies?
Yeah. No, all distribution stops, right?
Mhm.
And it's almost like you're starved out, or you gotta all become farmers and growers of your own people.
They
a lot
cannot do that.
It's very hard, yeah.
Now, Quebec can do that because they do have an area to have
They have a lot of channels.
ships come in, but it's only down the St. Lawrence Seaway. Now, half the St. Lawrence Seaway is owned by the Americans.
Really? I did not know that.
Okay, so
Eventually, there has to be some sort of democracy or anything once you try to separate from. Like, they would have to at least work out new deals. Or did they just end up figuring it out for themselves?
they thought we can do this,
Yeah.
and if you read about the land grants of Canada
Yeah.
by the Queen of England, you'll find out a few things.
Well,
And
yeah. Sorry.
we are still related, I'll say that, to England.
Yeah, of course. The Queen's still on our money even though she's dead. There's. I'm trying to figure it out though. Fuck, I was gonna say something.
Oh, don't do that.
There. Did you hear about this thing that they're like? Okay, about the Quebec thing. What was their general option that they were left with after they were trying to announce independence? Did they?
None.
Nothing. They did nothing?
They couldn't do
They
anything.
couldn't do shit, right? When that happens. But what Quebec's still here. Are they still in that zone of I haven't been keep
Yes.
they're still in that like trying to be but they're French.
Are they?
Yeah. They speak it,
Okay. Well,
but it's hillbilly. It's hillbilly
okay.
French.
The largest French outside of Quebec
Yeah.
is Winnipeg.
The largest city?
Okay. The largest French-speaking community,
Outside of
Quebec,
Quebec.
is
Winnipeg. But you know why they
that's St. Boniface.
Because isn't Manitoba right next to Quebec?
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, so it's
No,
obvious. No,
no.
but it's okay.
Look on a map
I'm
of
trying to
Canada.
imagine. So Manitoba's next to, like the province is next to, what is
Ontario.
Ontario, and Ontario is then Quebec after.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry, I
I
was thinking for some
you-
reason. I'm stupid because
I'm
been to
going to
Ontario
have to
before.
get you a world map.
No, I mean, we got a couple beers going. I'm not thinking. I
No.
did get high before this too.
Okay.
So
What's next to Manitoba?
on the other side?
Yeah.
Saskatchewan.
Mm-hmm. And what's next to that?
I'm blanking.
Alberta.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
And
British Columbia.
And
Okay.
the
On
three,
this side,
So let's go through the three territories too. There's three. There's I don't know, like Yukon, right? Is Yukon?
no, okay. They
don't know those
they've
three
changed the
territories.
names. Okay. Okay. I can draw you a map.
No, it's okay. We don't have to.
Okay.
But
What it is
Look it up.
is, okay, you're in Manitoba.
Yeah.
Ontario takes a large portion.
Of Canada. Well, they're where Parliament is.
Nah. Do you know where the first Parliament was?
No.
Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island.
Oh, PEI, yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
that's where the first one was. I did not know that.
Yeah. Okay. I'd like you to get a map of Canada.
Yeah.
Please. And I'll even pay for it. And I can show you.
Do you have internet? I got my phone.
I don't have internet.
Okay. But I know the map. I'm sorry that I said.
Okay.
But why?
Yeah.
But let's get to why is it that Winnipeg houses the most French Canadians from Quebec?
Because they're voyageurs. Do you know what a voyageur was?
Like a person that travels.
Okay. And these people traveled across and helped settle Winnipeg.
Wow. Okay. So they were the first settlers.
No. Indigenous.
Yeah.
Natives, whatever.
Yeah.
But, and they came.
Wow. It's crazy. Sorry, I gotta tell a joke. It's crazy that Quebec hated Ontario so much they traveled right through it and then sat down and said, oh, "This is good."
You know why Quebec hated Ontario?
No clue at all.
Because well, like a joke.
I could see why though. Like Toronto, they live their life like it's New York.
Have you been there?
Yeah, I felt, I was there for a weekend and I went. This is enough because
You haven't gone downtown
This-
Winnipeg at night.
downtown Winnipeg at night.
Same thing. Or Vancouver.
Well, downtown Winnipeg is.
You've been here.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I was there. At nighttime too. Well, I was there only for a weekend, to be honest.
Okay.
So it was more. Toronto's nice. Don't get me wrong, but the people there are very full of themselves.
A what? I didn't hear you.
The people there are very full of themselves.
Are they?
Yeah.
Where were you?
Well, I traveled. I had the hotel by the airport. I traveled downtown
Oh,
Toronto.
Jesus.
But I traveled downtown Toronto for a performance.
Where about downtown?
Well, once I was downtown, I walked around.
No.
I've seen the Toronto
can you
Maple
give
Leafs
me
by the stadium? The stadium,
York?
okay. By the stadium, Toronto Maple Leaf Stadium. You know that. I walked around there. I walked pretty much the whole day before my show.
No.
I checked. I took Ubers. I see it's like a taxi.
You should have gone. Have you ever
There, but
seen?
the point is, when I was there, everybody that I was talking to wanted to hear themselves talk. I did not. I met maybe one or two people that traveled also from another small city in Canada to perform, and those were the types of people I related to.
Okay.
It was a big city, and people had acted as if they were in a big city.
You
Much
were
like New York, is my
a person. Okay.
point. That was a person while I was at Toronto.
Okay.
And I wasn't a business. That's what.
Okay.
That's my point.
Did you get down to? Did you ever see the show? No, okay. King of
Queens?
Kensington.
King of Kennings or Queen of Kennings? No, I haven't seen that.
Okay.
Either one, yeah, I haven't.
Okay. You go down to Chinatown
Mhm.
instead of going to the shopping malls.
Okay.
King of Keniston.
King of Keniston? Or King of Kingston.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I can't say it. I gotta put my teeth back in. But you'll meet real people down there.
But I was talking about Toronto, obviously.
That's-
Kingston.
No, no.
On Toronto? In Toronto, the
Toronto.
street? Okay.
Young and Bloor.
Okay.
And
Well, I missed that then. I didn't go there.
and take a Young and Bloor, take down into Chinatown and all that. You'll meet real people instead of the shopping malls.
But Chinatown can't house. It can't be the only real people in Toronto, right?
No, but
Should
there's
be. While I'm
there's-
at the stadium watching people walk in, and everybody's all in this. I like just picking up conversations with people with their spouses, man and wife kind of thing, with their kids, and it's all me. And there's a lot of I did this the other day, and I now have to do that.
Okay.
Now I got it. You know what I'm
But
saying?
you asked about real people instead of the money.
Yeah. So Kingston Street, or is it Avenue, or whatever that?
No, it's not Kingston.
It's like a boulevard.
Young and Bloor,
Young
and
Boulevard.
take a right. You get into Chinatown,
Yeah.
which is Italian.
Okay. It's all the
Yeah,
ethnicity,
real people.
multicultural kind of thing.
Yeah, and then
But
you'll-
again, I was only there. To be honest, I was only there for a day, and I was exploring.
yeah, but
So-
you explored malls.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay, show me the city, Winnipeg.
You want to see Winnipeg?
No, but you show me the city of Winnipeg. Am I gonna go to a mall?
No. I would probably take it to the Assiniboine where I would, and there's not a lot of
Do
people
you
that know
understand?
that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Okay.
that makes
So
sense.
instead of walking through a mall listening to mommy telling
No, I was by myself.
no,
Oh,
but
oh, yeah,
you're
okay.
listening to mommy telling her daughter, son, whatever. You can't do that.
Yeah,
We gotta go there.
Okay, you know what? You're right. Maybe if I only explored the malls in every city I've been at, I'm getting a shitty view of the environment.
Go
Yeah.
down side streets into Central Park.
Yeah. Well, I did. Well, yeah.
I'm sure I'll have one.
Central Park in Toronto.
Jeff?
I'm nursing mine right now.
Okay. And no, Central Park here
Oh, yeah.
in Winnipeg.
Well, they're doing it up now, but it was
No,
fucking
but you
garbage
understand.
2-3 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. When I lived here in Winnipeg, Memorial Park was a hippie haven.
Yeah.
You could have fun, just sit around, talk.
Yeah.
Down, what street was that? Broadway.
Broadway. Yeah.
There was a place called the Ting.
Yeah.
It was a tea shop
Yeah.
and stuff like that. That's, you should see the real Winnipeg or real Toronto or Ottawa, Montreal, instead of going to the mall.
I would need more time though. Like I was there for a weekend, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah. There's the hindrance of the time capability, and I was there to perform, right? So obviously, if I went to Toronto to sightsee, I'd probably go down. Like I don't know. I'd first get a once I'm there, look up on my phone the best places to do things.
Too quick to judge.
Hey, to hell with the phone.
Yeah.
Go to Young and Bloor
Young and Bloor, yeah.
and
But I don't
and
know. But
take a
when was the
break.
last time you were there? Because things
5 years ago.
communities change. Did
No,
you hear?
5 years ago,
Yeah.
and it's still the same thing.
Did you? Okay, we're gonna switch the subject up to me going
Okay.
to Toronto because it's. I'm not. I'm not there.
Okay,
I'm going
London.
down there. London. I'm not going down anywhere yet. I'm
Oh,
gridlocked in my city right now, just chilling.
okay.
There, but did you hear about this thing that they're coming out with, and it's called the Great Reset? And there's this guy named Klaus Schwab who was like a German guy that used to have Nazi ties. Him working alongside Justin Trudeau have created this almost blueprint to the New World Order, which is that they want to take steps towards a one world government. But most leading nations laughed Trudeau in the face. They laugh at that policy because it is hingent upon every foreign, even dictator, foreign third world country, foreign democracies working together.
No.
It'll never happen. It's a good pipe dream in Canada because we have a
It's
lot
a
of
pipe dream
yeah.
that's going to go down the tube.
But they took steps towards implementing it by, with COVID and the lockdowns. The vaccine was a one size fits all for majority of people voluntarily, but you needed almost any government job, even privatized were being pressured, so the majority of people had to take a vaccine.
I didn't see that
Yeah.
or hear it. If you can bring me the paperwork,
It's well.
I'll believe it.
I work for Coca-Cola. We didn't. All the truck drivers were up in arms. There was protests. Did you hear about the protests?
No.
Truck driving protest. Okay, so there was a big thing in Parliament in our city, nationwide, Canada. Every truck driver that had their own rig, said, "I'm not working." Because they're forcing, as of January 2022, that was last year, the first of that year, it was nationwide that everybody had to have the vaccine in order to drive a truck cross-border. So, a lot of truck drivers were very angry with that policy. And a lot of them started a freedom protest. It was titled the Freedom Protest. They took a lot of trucks down to Ottawa specifically and started honking their horns. That was the protest. Now, Justin Trudeau I watched him on TV live saying that the truck drivers that are protesting for their rights and freedoms are a bunch of Nazis.
Okay.
That's what he said on TV. So that's you guys obviously didn't watch it.
No.
But
Okay.
I'm saying
I don't.
that happened as a specific thing, and now he got a haircut, and it was a bad haircut. He had a bad hair day, and it's almost like the restrictions of the people had to. It was people weren't allowed to wear masks after that. After he got a bad haircut, so I'm saying that's the level that we're dealing with.
Okay.
Of people on the news. That is just
Do
what
you
is it? That's
do you
what it is.
remember?
That's on TV.
Do you remember the Oka
No,
crisis?
no.
No.
But it's I'm assuming that given the time in
I'm not
no,
gonna
no.
comment on that.
1920, when there was the same sort of plague, there was a plague, and written down in the history books was that it was a bubonic plague, right, at the 1920, or was it bubonic plague in the 1920s? No, that was 1820s. 1920s, there was also a sort of plague. It was something, but it's regardless.
Okay.
It could have.
I'm not gonna comment
Yeah.
on any of that because unless I can see it
Yeah.
on paper,
But do you know what COVID-19 is? Specifically, the
it
disease.
came from China out of
Exactly.
chickens.
It came out of chickens. But okay, the vaccine we all had to get if you wanted to work in January as of 2022. I have 2 vaccines because I had to keep my job at Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
I quit at the end of last year because I said, "Wow, are the restrictions loosening up yet?" And
No.
they're not, right? Are they?
I don't know.
Okay, they either restricted them or they didn't, but it's a useless vaccine. I took it. I'm now a year and some odd weeks into having this vaccine. I got sick. Maybe it helped, but I need at least 4 boosters to be considered fully immunized. Now, I'm not taking another 2 shots of whatever the fuck they have
No,
because I don't feel as
okay.
though there's
Hold
enough
on.
research done.
One,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this.
I do have
Lately-
my immunization forms though. I can bring them. It'll be
I've
20
got
minutes.
3.
Yeah.
I also if I don't see written proof, I don't believe it.
Yeah. So I did get my vaccine.
Okay? I
Yeah.
don't have I got 3 shots. COVID.
Of COVID, yeah.
I also got my flu shot and my pneumonia shot
Yeah.
that I have to have. Now, if you can show me what is it, Missouri, that says show me.
The paperwork of
Yeah,
the shots or the fact that it did nothing.
no, the fact of the government said you have to take those to go across the border.
Oh, yeah, no, it was a strong arm, to be honest.
Okay.
It was a pressurized from the companies of in each individual company.
Okay,
and-
was it written down?
No. Well, not well. They okay. In Coca-Cola, they have it pictured as of fuck. Well, I deleted all my things on my phone and using this
Okay.
phone to record. But
How about this?
yeah, they
I-
have a fucking thing that because no truck driver I didn't want. I wouldn't have took it if my job wasn't on the line.
Okay, how about this?
Yeah.
I had to. I drove from Delaware, Ontario, down to Zanesville, Ohio.
Yeah, but
Okay,
did you ever have to take any sort of medicine before
Just-
entering the border?
just a minute.
That's all I'm saying. This is the point that we're arguing about, right?
yes, I
So,
did.
You did? Okay. Then that's
Okay.
a normal thing then. Okay. I did not know that.
And I had to also pay for $10 to prove that I was a Canadian citizen, and good. The money I spent, the company wouldn't pay for it, but I couldn't get across the border.
Because you didn't have the money to.
No, if I didn't have that paper,
Yeah.
I couldn't get across the border.
Well, the border papers and obviously you need the papers for
Okay,
for the board, like the travel border fees and
Yeah.
whatever. Shit.
okay, no, that
Customs.
was all paid for. It was just me being a driver.
Yeah.
And because I was a Canadian citizen transporting a vehicle across the border to sell, I was classified as a dealer.
Yeah. the regulations of dealing. It's a whole different ball game
Okay,
with the car
But-
companies.
the thing is, that piece of paper that I had to pay for, it wasn't worth the ink
It was written on, or you used it written
because I'm a Canadian citizen, not an American.
on. Mm-hmm.
I think it was $9.94. I can't remember. But
Because we were traveling in the States to another place. in the
no,
States,
I
or-
was traveling from Canada
Yeah.
to the States and coming back every day.
Yeah. No. Well, but you realize that it was stupid. It was a stupid thing, right?
I had to pay for it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I couldn't get across the border.
But it was a stupid paper because you just said the ink. Yes. Well, wasn't
Yeah,
worth the ink.
because
They
the
just-
Americans had started their lockdown.
in 20. When was this? It wasn't in 2019.
19.
Oh.
I'm trying to think. Anyways,
The lockdown for.
that was even before 9/11.
Yeah. So that was the 80s? You were a truck driver in the 80s?
90s.
90s? Okay. In the 90s, there was a lockdown for what, though? What? Was it a disease? Or was it the paranoia of the 1999 crash of just all computers?
It was 99.
99. So that was the lockdown for the glitch of
Hmm.
nothing.
And you had to say that you had to show birth certificates and everything, get across the border.
But there was the legitimacy of, well, what they say is legitimate is that they were afraid that all computer technology would not be able to process. And it would
No,
all
that,
shut down, right? There was a mass hysteria, though.
Oh
Much like
shit! Yeah,
this COVID-19 thing where you have to wear your mask.
yeah. Okay, I said yeah.
Yeah.
I paid my $10.
Yeah.
They did their search,
Please take a photo.
found out that I wasn't pregnant, and they were trying to keep out, what do you call them? Terrorists.
Yeah.
And I was doing this Monday to Saturday. Every day. Even the guards.
Knew you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the fee of $10, so you're in and out every day you're there.
No, it was just one time.
Yeah, but every day you're there 1 a day, but the $10 a day in 19...
No. I only paid $10 one time.
Oh, okay. Because once you then that's a normal thing. That's once they've seen you.
Yeah.
But the border fees in America, it happens in individual cities and individual neighborhoods. There's a bridge crossing toll. That's just what they
Oh, well, we paid the toll.
tolls of everything. You know? Just keep talking. I'm just gonna use the washroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went across from Sarnia to and some went to Lapeer, Michigan. Others went to Detroit. Others went to Zanesville, Ohio. And then back again. Long trips. 6 hours one way, 6 hours back. Every day.
And did you like that job?
Oh, I did. I loved driving.
No, I love driving too.
I used to go to Lapeer, Michigan. Just short runs, I called them. 3 times. Four. And 4. Yeah. And another one.
And that's in a week, right? 4 times.
No, a
4
day.
4 times a day. Okay.
12 hours.
Okay.
And I was paid. Okay. To go to Zanesville, Ohio. And that was $110
Per day.
per day.
Okay. That's good money though. And you were talking about the 90s, right?
Yeah, 98, 2000.
Do you? Sorry, I gotta say that this is a cool fact though. One of the older truck driver guys would tell me at Coca-Cola back in about the 90s. That time they used to make commission on their deliveries. So a lot of those guys would fucking love the Walmart chain stores because you deliver all of that, and when it's all said and told, you made like $1,000 in a day.
Yeah.
Off of like the percentages of just selling as much as you could.
Yeah.
As it's a wild thing. So they would make $300, $400, $500 per average, which is about the same that they make today.
Yeah.
So this is a wild thing, and that's in the 90s. So no inflation accounted. It's just the exact same.
No,
inflation.
under the table.
Yeah, well, a commission.
Yeah.
It's commission, so it's all sales based. So he said, yeah, back in that day, there was no calls brought back because you'd want to do 10, 12 deliveries to get all of that percentages of the sales. Nowadays, though, with inflation, if they did that, I'd be a millionaire by now. Because a day we're touching $1,000 here, $1,000 there, $1,000 there, $1,000 there, and I'd be coming home with at least $200-300
Maybe.
per delivery.
Okay.
Right?
I have to excuse myself.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, for sure.
I spent too many years working under the table.
Yeah. But under the table is where
No taxes.
where the taxes don't come into play, which is much like servers and prostitutes. They make a lot of bread and butter. It's easy to build up money without.
You can still get somebody to do something under the table.
Oh yeah. Well, like everyone needs help moving, or renovating, or just throwing out their trash, and a truck comes in handy.
It's just like oh come on.
Yeah, no worries. I'll wait.
It's just like how do you say it? I'll ask you to help me move something.
Yeah.
Okay? I'll pay you $10.
Yep.
Doesn't cost you anything, doesn't cost me anything. But you've done it.
Yeah. Well, it costed you something because it was $10 because you asked me to help.
No,
Right? It was
it,
technically.
it could have been $100 piece of something.
Yeah.
Moving furniture.
Is the. Yeah. Well, it costed my energy as well. You got to think about.
Yeah.
My,
Okay,
I
so
push-
$10 under the table.
Yeah.
Your gas and everything. I'll pay that.
Yeah.
But okay, if I had a moving company
Yeah.
to move it, cost me $100.
Yeah. So, and that's minimum.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I moved my stuff into here. Cost me $1,000,
Jeez.
and you see my stuff.
Yeah. You do have a lot of stuff though.
No, it was all boxed up, and they
How long did it take for the movers? 6 hours? 8 hours?
4.
4. Wow, for $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the rate. Then it's like about $250 per hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, you got to give them a tip.
Yeah. Okay, so it might have been $200, and then
No, there was
Per hour?
$1,000,
yeah.
and then you thank you very much. Give them a tip.
Yeah.
You know, like skip the dishes. You always
There's
get
a
a tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. Moving, you could always, if you once you have a truck, you could always find someone that needs a truck.
Mhm.
But we could get off of truck driving because it's kind of, not a lot of people like truckers now. That's the point.
Mm.
Once the government said they're all Nazis, it's a weird,
Mm.
it's just a weird taste in
Okay,
people's
how
mouths.
about a car driver?
Car driver, taxi, well, to driver, limo driver.
Okay,
personal
I
chauffeur.
was gonna buy a friend of mine
Yeah.
a bicycle.
Yeah.
That way she could pedal her ass all over town.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
we don't have to talk about that, friend. What I would
No, I'm just saying that.
No worries. But what I'd like, if you're comfortable, I'd like, because I'm still in disbelief that you're actually related to Bob Barker. And I like that story that you told me. Is it possible for you to tell it again? That story about him? Or do you want to tell me, is that the only interaction you had with him?
That's the one and only.
Okay.
And he came to my grandmother's.
Family reunion, right?
Yeah. And he walked in
Yeah.
with his, I'll call them bimbos, instead of his wife. Everybody was supposed to be husband and wife, kids and stuff.
Yeah.
And he walked in backyard. You know, it was a lawn thing.
The cookout, yeah, like barbecue maybe, or
Yeah.
yeah, okay, barbecue kind of thing, yeah.
And he walked in, talked to her. She said, "Where's your wife?"
And he said, "Well, not."
I left her at
yeah.
home.
Oh yeah, jeez.
And she said,
The nerve, though.
and
That's-
he said, "What are they?" My friends. Just get out, and we removed him. Boof. Get the ladies there because they're gorgeous. And,
They're the Price is Right girls, eh?
oh yeah, yeah. Do
Maybe
you know
they were
why?
his associates.
Oh no.
No,
Do
not
you
at
know
all.
why?
They were all on him and kind of thing, or did it just look obvious that they weren't
Yeah.
a part of the show?
No, they were part of the show.
Yeah.
Was Holly there?
I can't remember, but I know.
Yeah. What if they're just
I know. I bought a white van. Shortly after that, it was a piece of junk. I fixed it up. It had a bed that turned into a seating arrangement to eat. Do you know what the name was?
The fuckmobile.
No, Vanna White.
Vanna White. Oh yeah, you told me. Sorry.
Because it was a little used too.
But back onto just that story. When your because grandma always knows best, right? Especially at the fucking family reunion. She looked him in the eyes, even though he's Bob Barker. The Price is Right. He's very famous, coming in macho. He's just trying to set the tone. She said, "Get the fuck out. You're not with your wife."
She didn't say
sorry.
and no swearing at all.
But
Where's your
where's
wife?
your wife? She's at home.
And he said, she said,
Please leave.
no, she didn't even say leave. She said leave.
Leave. Okay.
And
And
with the tone of her voice was
There's no option.
not at all.
No chance in hell.
No chance in hell
Yeah.
you'll stay there.
Yeah. Okay. And then was he still, because you see, I've seen people get, you've been a bouncer. You could see people get kicked out with,
No, he
like
started
was he still hang his head, or did he,
he started beaking off,
he started talking shit?
and out he went.
Oh,
A hell of a hurry.
yeah.
Heels dragging.
Heels dragging kind of thing. Huh. That is an interesting event, and it's got to be a crazy thing to witness.
Oh, it was fun.
Cause what were the two fucking very beautiful girls thinking that they're coming home to they're in their mind, right? You got to think about those girls. What was their thing? Did they leave with him, or did they stay?
No, the ladies, the wives said you can stay here. It's okay.
Yeah. Because it was
And
his
we'll
kind
get you.
egg on his face kind of moment.
Yeah.
That's a sobering moment though, when you come home thinking that it's Hollywood, right?
It wasn't even Hollywood or Mollywood or
Yeah, it's your
Charles Wood.
You're coming home to your family, a family reunion,
Mm-hmm.
showing up with two bimbos without your wife. That's
So that was the main thing.
Mhm.
If he had showed up with his wife,
it's hugs and kisses. It's glad.
yeah, everybody, yeah,
But it's
he brought in strangers and not family,
yeah.
and that is not polite. I would.
And it's an arrogant thing to do. It's like a bold thing. But it's
No, he thought he was all that and then some.
all that in a bag of chips, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and never saw him after that. I don't know if anybody hit him.
Adam Sandler. Happy
Adam,
Gilmore.
yeah.
No,
he didn't do that in that movie. He did.
I
Soccer
don't
one.
know if anybody hit him, but he was dragged out.
Kicking and screaming kind of thing,
No,
or heels dragging. Yeah.
heels dragging.
Yeah.
Somebody probably had hand around his throat.
Oh yeah. Well, you can't. If you live your life in Rome and you come back home, you can't go when in Rome.
How about this?
Yeah.
Have you ever gone to a place you lived in, walked around? It's never the same.
No. Well, I used to live on Donwood, and every now and then I will travel down that road. And it's not the same, but it always brings back good memories. I do enjoy it, but I also go, I also think I take the bad in with the good, and some people go, you gotta take the good in with the bad. I will go, I bring up bad memories to remind myself that nostalgia is just a feeling that it's a natural feeling. That we tend to remember that.
Excuse me.
Yeah, no worries.
How about this?
We tend to remember the good things as opposed to the bad, and I have to sometimes remind myself about the bad incidences of living there. Like in North Kelowna, it's a lonely place.
Yeah.
It's quiet at night, and
I'd love to hear the crickets.
it's nice, but sometimes when you're
Do you
alone,
get-
I felt there's times when I was there in my mom's house, and I felt really alone, and when she was maybe at work or something, and I was just by myself.
Do you hear the crickets and the coyotes?
I didn't know. I would live next to a school and generally populated, so there's no coyotes. I didn't go far down. I do like going down to like Lockport. I do like going out into the country, but I just literally pull over to the side of as a truck driver, pull over to the side and just take a look at the stars.
Yeah, and open the windows and listen to the frogs.
Yeah, the frogs is in Hecla Island. Oh, it's beautiful. I would love to. I love just pulling over to the side, just right before you get into the Hecla Island. There's like this that where it's like sometimes it floods the street floods over sometimes, and it's nice to just see the grass and go right into the clear lakes and just very beautifully watch. I seen a hawk. I seen a lot of stuff, and it's fucking beautiful. There's no feeling like just getting out and hearing the crickets and seeing frogs, and hearing them ribbit, and also like just the cackle of the wind and the waves hitting sounds is beautiful, and almost like and the rustling of the little branches that they have.
Yeah, okay. Did you ever hear the story of The Gigolo Frog?
The Gigolo Frog? No, I haven't heard that.
No, all he says was rub it.
Rub it. Rub it. So, Doug, before we wrap,
I have to say this.
Yeah, no, that was a nice way to end it. Do you have anything else you want to talk about, or do you think we can end maybe today? Because I got my jacket on still. I'm hot and stuff, and I'm just because I'm.
You're not that hot.
I know.
Go ahead.
Just to remind me, I don't want it to shut off mid conversation. Sometimes
no,
if the
that's good.
Okay, yeah, 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's good. So that's been the weekend show, and I'll see you guys next time.
Oh, not